Hello, it's some dust or something. I hope you guys are doing well. I know I've been a bit sparse on videos lately, and it's not out of a lack of interest or anything like that. It's just I've been playing a little less Path lately. Of course, I've been dabbling in it, and I think I'm getting back into it. In the meantime, I've been playing a lot of Lethal Company with my buddies. I think I posted a few clips on the channel. Um, some Let's Build a Zoo. I played Cyberpunk, which was actually way better than I thought it would be. So I was just sort of, taking a break, I guess, from Path for a little bit to kind of broaden my horizon and catch up on some games that I had missed. Um, but this video, it's going to be the usual me walking around in official servers, questing, trying to get skins. Definitely going to get into some fights. Um, Nothing too crazy today. Just kind of a chill stream, and it looks like my game is already broken. Hello? Hello, Mr. Dasp? I don't know. Oh, there we are. Okay. I wanted to start this video by thanking everyone who left me a birthday message. Especially I wanted to thank Baba. Baba, as always, was awesome and sent me some birthday money, so I really appreciate it. You're the best. And of course, everybody who checked in on me during my silence. It's been great to hear from you all. I'm doing fine. I'm a little bit sick right now. You may hear me kind of snibble a little bit throughout this video, and I'm sorry about that. I'll try to keep it to myself, but if I get distracted by a fight, you might hear me making just the most disgusting, disruptive noises with my nose and mouth region, as you can possibly imagine. But no, things have been good. Um, just kind of using this opening segment to catch up with you all. I'm still enjoying Path. I spent a little bit of time playing on Arizoa, which is like a realism server, and I grew a couple of dinos over there, and that was fun. But we're back on officials, back to what kind of brought most of you here, I imagine. And I wanted to tell you a story, because I was playing this game yesterday on this same DASP. This is my only dino that is not an adult over on Pangera. I have every other playable on Pangera to full adult. And I was just questing, trying to get him up. I had my well-rested bonus, and I logged out in the LBM home cave. So when I logged in, I was like, sweet, I got my bonus, let's get to questing. I step out, and I hear Packies, and I went, oh no, time to totally avoid LBM and go over to, I think it's Great Lake Cascades. And so I went over there, and I noticed I was being tailed by one of the Packies, and soon after, his Alio buddy showed up. So I wish I had recorded this. I didn't because my wife was actually in the room and we were holding like a full-on conversation. And the funny thing is, I always joke with my wife that she like brings bad luck when I'm playing this game because almost every time she walks into the room, I am in the midst of like the most incredible fight ever. So I'm fighting this Alio and this Packy. The Alio's doing most of the damage, and the Packy's just kind of running support, I think, at Disruption. And so I managed to meatball the Alio, and the Alio and the Packy took off. And I just sort of went about questing, but then the Packy came back and he started, like broadcast calling and just spamming calls, and I went, oh my god, I know what he's doing. I've played this game for too long. He's absolutely letting his buddy know where I am. And sure enough, a Picno comes up. And I really wish I would have recorded this whole ordeal because it was so good. Like, it would have been an official server syndrome video if it had included an Eotrike. That was like the only thing missing from the formula. So this Picno runs up, and I destroy him. It's not even really that close. I think I had like half of my health, and I killed that Picno. And the Packy starts taking pot shots at me, and at this point, I just want to save my well-rested bonus. And so I'm on my way to Tyrant's Gorge home cave. It's a bit of a slog. And the Packy, of course, is chasing me and making all these noises. And then I hear another set of footsteps running up behind me. And it was a Dasp with an Arapaima in its mouth, which I guess it did that to mute itself so it could chat with its buddy without making a lot of noise. Um, just interesting that he used an arapaima and not like, I don't know, a shell or a berry or something. I don't know. Like usually people just kind of grab a branch or something, but he had a giant fish in his mouth, so that was pretty funny. But this dasp was coming up behind me. I had conserved a lot of my sprint, so I just kind of made a final burst for the home cave. And I made it almost to the home cave when the Packy hit me with a headbutt, reset my combat time. I'm like, okay, so now I have to fight these guys. And so I got that Dasp really low. I don't know how low I got him. He was running heavy bite. I'm running regular bite. I really like the increased damage output, the DPS, I guess. Even though this bite's not necessarily fast, it does hit very hard. It's got like 80 base damage. It's really good. And I managed to get him really low. Like, he wasn't bloody meatballed, but he was sort of dry meatballed. You know, I wish I knew more about cooking so I could make an analogy about when you're making meatballs, what makes them too dry. But that's how he was. And so I thought I might actually have a chance at this, but between him and the Packy, they finally killed me. And I was so frustrated. I was really, really angry. I wish I had recorded it. I was proud of myself, though. I managed to run off an Alio. I killed their Picno, and I almost killed their Dasp. The Packy, I probably got down to like half or something. So that was last night's adventure, and that was terrible. What's funny is it was the only fight I had all night, too, so it's great. Like I said, wish I'd recorded it, but was talking with my wife. So even if I had started recording it, there either would have been, I would have had to either take the mic out, or you would have just heard me talking with her about like decorations or whatever we were talking about. So, you know, that's that. But funny moment, thought I'd mention it here. A little frustrating, but it is what it is. We're back. You know how we do it over here. You get knocked down, you get back up. You're not gonna make it as a solo officials player if you aren't used to pushing that boulder up the cliff. But I hope you're all doing well. It's been great to hear from you, and of course I've been keeping up with your comments. And yeah, we're just gonna see what the day brings us over here on Panjuro. Sorry if there's too much talking so far in this video and not enough fighting. But I also wanted to share with you my recent obsession with fish keeping. Those of you that have been in my streams before have probably heard me talk about my fish tank. And it's been a snowballing thing for the past couple of years. I started with like a beta fish and a 10-gallon, and I worked my way up to a 20-gallon community tank. And in my absence, some of the time I spent away from making videos was spent getting ready for a 75-gallon community tank, and it is almost done. I have the tank. I'm running a deep dirted substrate with a ton of plants. I've got all these plans for different fish I'm going to put in it. It's a beautiful tank, and so I've been absolutely obsessed with that. And when I have an obsession like this, I do everything in my power to learn everything about it with like an acolyte's fervor. It was the same way I used to keep tarantulas. I was the same way back then, just constantly reading about them, watching videos about them. And then it was like snakes, I've got a couple of ball pythons, and now it's fish. And so I've been doing a ton of research, and we're talking about frustrating moments. That seems to be the theme of this video so far. After work, I went to my local pet store, and I wanted to see if they had a fish called a Siamese algae eater. It's a relatively small fish. It's in the carp family, and it is it's like 6 inches long. They're known for being pretty peaceful, and as the name suggests, they're really good at eating algae. I have a particular type of algae in my tank right now called black beard algae, which attaches to plants, and it's kind of nasty. And this particular fish is actually really good at eating that. So I go in there, and a clerk comes up to me and she says, "Can I help you find anything?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm looking for a Siamese algae eater." she said, let me look it up and see if we've got one. And she comes back and she says, we don't have that fish, but we do have a golden algae eater, which is basically the same. And I looked at her and I said, no. No, it is not. But she offered to take my name and number in case they got, more Siamese algae eaters in the store. I knew, due to my frequent studying and obsession with fish lately, that the golden algae eater she was talking about is a completely different fish. It gets about a foot long instead of 6 inches, and it is more aggressive than the Siamese algae eater, and it is more likely, as it grows into an adult, to stop eating algae altogether and start kind of bullying other fish for food. And so, absolutely no interest in that fish. And she was like, yeah, it's basically the same. It's like, no, it's totally different. Of course I was polite about it, but I was kind of put off. I was like, man, if I was someone who didn't know as much about fish and she told me it's basically the same thing, I probably would have bought that fish, and then it would have been too big for my tank, and it would have been bossing around, potentially hurting my other fish, and it would stop eating algae in the first place. Like, that would be terrible for, like, a new keeper. I feel really bad. Well, then it happened again. Except the second guy that came up to me was their, like, fish specialist. He was, like, the manager of that area. And he comes over, and he's like, can I help you with anything? And I said, oh no, I was looking for a Siamese algae eater. It looks like you guys don't have any. It's no big deal. And he goes, yeah, we don't get those that often. We usually keep golden algae eaters because they're more peaceful. And again, I'm very polite. And I just said, oh really? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh no, that's okay. Whatever. And on the inside, I was screaming, internally screaming. I didn't want to correct this guy, because it's his store and I'm just kind of there. And he was also like 6'6". He was pretty big, and so I was like, nah, it's not really worth it. But on the inside, I was like, oh my god, they really don't know what fish they're selling. This is why so many people get frustrated with this hobby and like get disheartened and quit it. Because you go to a store looking for a specific fish, and they try to sell you something completely different and way worse for your tank in most situations. But anyway, that all of that is just a roundabout way of me to saying I've been really into fish keeping lately. I'll try not to talk your ear off about it. I know we're here for a dinosaur game and everything, but I'm using this video to kind of catch up with you all and let you know where I've been. And that was something that happened today that I just had to share with someone. Like, I started to, talk to my wife about it a little bit and be like, I can't believe they were trying to sell that fish. And, I think she's tired of me talking her ear off about fish, quite honestly. Because, like I said, I get into these interests and I don't stop. I become a little overwhelming sometimes, so. But yeah, it was something that happened today, and that's what I've been up to. We go. Quite the momentous occasion. Every dino over here on Pangera Official is adult, and now it is up to me to choose what I want to play, which is quite the task. I have been grinding for the Granite Rex skin. Maybe I'll do that. That tends to bring out all the worst people in the world, so maybe I'll do that. I'll hop on, I just named it Rex? That's so lame. What are my names anyway? Skyla, Tyra, Susie, Ray, Alma, Crusher, Rex, Jerry, Stagger, Gaia, Lammy, Chuckles, Meep, Bub, Boob, Lisa, Hatch, Brutus, Fishy, Swanna, Marty, Hunker, Lad, Ira, Thrash, Maya, Spyro, Inga, and Dust. Dust the Despleto. So, got them all. That's awesome. It's quite rewarding, even if it did take me maybe a couple of years. Not that I really tried all that time. Most of the time I get stuck on a dinosaur for a long time. But I think I'm gonna hop on Rex here and just grind for that granite skin some more. Yeah, what is? I mean, we can do this. That's fine. Yeah. I don't know if Hunya's watching this, but if he is, he's probably screaming at his screen right now. Oh, wow. Really now? Tsuya. So, he's not looking too good. Goofy. But that didn't feel too good either. Goobers. Really? Fighting to the death, bro? I don't think I'm as low as you think I am. See, this deck's playing like it's a Ken. He's probably out of stam. Or just about, anyway. Surprise! Silly. If it's just these two, I should be fine, but... Whoa! Whoa! Some spike on spike violence over there. That Steg's gonna lose. He's so low. Well, not my problem. What is that? Oh, a couple of Pygmos. That was an accident, by the way. I didn't mean to use my grumble. Okay, guess they're cool. Damn. Official server's popping off right now. They're just killing Albert? I think they just killed an Alberta. I have not been playing for that long. It is popping through here right now. Alright, I'm gonna come over here a little bit just in case they decide they're gonna try and knock me off a cliff. Let me see how I'm doing on marks. Almost 6k. 8k for the one I want. As long as I'm careful, I shouldn't die. Rex is really good right now at this juncture in the game. Also, sorry if you hear my cat meowing. She's at the door. Okay. But he's not looking too good. Man, the recharge on the tail is killing me right now. I'm still not even fully healed from the Stego Kin fight. I was kind of hoping I could just find somewhere to chill out for a bit and get some health back. But things are just going too crazy, man. Well, I guess they're not gonna let laying low be an option. Annoying. Is that a different one? Yeah, I just can't. I can't turn fast enough. It's crazy. I mean, I know the Pycno is pretty agile anyway, but I can't do anything fast enough to hit him reliably. I mean, I guess I could back myself into a cliff. He just ran off back then. Speaking of which, you know what? I might just do that. I know it's kind of a gimmick thing to do. But I've got face tank, you know. I need a better clip though. And not hit these guys. And here comes the other one. Gotcha on that one though. Alright, so he's meatballed. That one's distracted. Now he's coming back to me. Well, final stand, I guess. Got Snow Glory. Oh, there was 3. You know, I thought it was 3. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should have fully healed after the Stego Kent thing, but I didn't expect to see a ton of Pycnos. Oh well. And look how many marks I lost. This is why this is such a grind, dude. I'm back to only being halfway. It's rough. It's rough out here. Yikes. Sinkhole? I mean... by Riverland, I guess. It's alright. I'm not a big fan of Sinkhole. Got it. You're on my Rex. See how we're doing on marks. almost to where I was before those Picnos got me. I'm back to full adult at least, so that's cool. I don't know who this conch is, but he friendly called at me. So that's cool. Really, bro? You're a goober. You better not steal my kill. I'm only doing this because I have the Delphodon quest. But I guess that's another big lesson for official servers is always heal after a fight, because you never know when the next wave of nonsense is going to appear. I'm even back at the Crook. I don't learn my lesson, do I? Because yesterday, or whenever I shot the previous segments of this video, it was Stego and the Kim were right ahead of me up here, and then I met the Picnos over here in the Crook. I have noticed lately, and officials has always been bad for this, but especially recently, there have been huge mixed pack, and I say KOS and I say mixed pack, but it's official servers. There's nothing against that. It's more of a preference in the way you play, I guess. I've always said that people should enjoy this game however they choose, but it does make it difficult to do anything on official servers outside of those. I've noticed the past several times I've been on, at least over here on Pangera officials, there have been these giant packs that kind of roam around, or they'll camp a spot, and that's always been a thing. But usually it's like one or two locations. Like it used to always be either Fine Lizard, LVM, Talon's Point, Tyrant's Gorge. Those were like the big ones, or like Grassland Crater. And out of all those, maybe two of them would be occupied by a group, or on a crazy day maybe three. But lately, man, it's just been like they're everywhere. I don't know if that's because I'm playing as something slow, and in the time it takes me to get around the map, they're already, back. I don't know. But I've noticed it's rough out here. I am enjoying it though. What are you doing over there, bro? I don't know what that conch steel is. It's nice. It'll be worth it when I get the granite skin. God knows how long that's gonna be. I'll probably get a few more clips for this video, and then I'll have to call it. Preferably, I'll get the skin in this video, but if I don't, I can always do it another time. I might try for this Kintro. I know it's young, I'm not going for a trophy, but I have the herbivore quest. Look at my marks. I'm so close. Problem is, it's a Kintro and they're very fast. It's definitely gonna outrun me. Come here. Come here. Come here, little. I think the Herbie quest actually gives a lot of marks, too. Yes, try to fight me. Try to fight me. I'm sure you can do it. I am certain of your abilities. I don't know, this might be like a sub. Oh, wait. You're running toward LBM and calling out. That absolutely means that you have friends over there. There's no way you do not. Is that true, little Kintro? Could be risky. LBM has been crazy lately. I don't know if the Herbie quest is worth potentially losing marks to a big mix pack. guess I can just move on to the next area. Yep, there he is. Look, come to Great Lake Cascade. Some Rick's trying to chase me. I already gave up on you, man. You're too fast, and I know for a fact now that you have like a whole group on you. I already stopped trying to chase you. I'm not gonna apologize though. I have the herb quest after all. I'll follow the Rex till you get here. Yep, there it is. There it is. The penalty for me daring to chase a herbivore is death by mix pack. We'll see what he's got. I'm so close though. How many do I have? Yeah, 7757. So if this kills me, I'm gonna be salty. In a way, I brought it on. You know, I was the aggressor, but at the same time, he's being a little extra right now. These people are just bloodthirsty. Like, if I was a Kintro, I know I'm a solo player, so it's a little different, but if I was a Kintro, and a Rex started to chase me, I'd whack him a few times to show him how much more agile I am, and then I'd just run off, and I'd consider myself lucky. But I guess if you're used to running with a big group and hunting down apexes and stuff together, this is what you do. I guess I'll just see what they bring. It depends. If it's like a couple of other kints or something, that's fine. That's fair, I think. But if they come up with like a parade of apexes, which I'm not putting past them, I'll be a little bit salty. Because this is the first fight I've tried to initiate today. Not even a fight, a hunt, really. I've been a good boy, been a good Rex. I've been friendly calling to all the babies I've seen. I've not killed anyone, not even for trophies. I've just been questing. So I don't think I'm being too mean. But I'm just gonna keep an eye open and see if they come up after me or not. You see this message? Look at this message. 10 million IQ. 10 million IQ. I got played. Congratulations, my friend. For future reference, remember, you're a Kint and I'm a Rex. You will have no problem just running away from me. But this once, that trick really paid off. Congrats. We're so close, guys. 200 more marks. I can finally get this skin. And then it's going to be a little more grinding to get all the upgrades and everything. But I'm getting that skin as soon as I hit 8K so that I don't lose those marks. So close, I can almost taste it. Oh man. I dig the color scheme. That's the evergreen skin. That's funny, that's the skin I was just on. I've changed my skin a few times today. I had that one just a little bit ago. It's the same subspecies as me too. Honestly, out of the 3 subspecies, I would recommend the attack plus 3%. It's the really toothy one, kind of skinny looking. It looks just alright. Back in the day when I first made this dino, I picked this subspecies because it was a more defensive choice. And now that the subspecies have changed, I think this one is resist knockback, which is okay, I guess. Sort of situational. Whenever I play in deathmatch servers, I always play as the plus 3% attack, but Um, it's so negligible that I don't really see it as worth retrying, you know, restarting from sub to get the subspecies that I think is the best. And I just kind of like how this one looks. It's a pretty good looking model. Yes. Yes. My marks are safe. Now, just to do a little more grinding so I can max this out and get my skin, and then that's going to be the video. Alright, so here we are. This is the end result. This is the granite skin. I have had this on my mind for a long time. I've always kind of wanted it ever since Rex came out, and off and on, you know, especially over the past maybe month or so, I have worked toward grinding the skin out. You know, maybe I could have got it done in a few days if I had really committed, not played anything else, but it can be really frustrating grinding for Apex skins on official servers, especially something like this. This is an 8K skin, but it looks fantastic. I love the contrast, love the blue and red, love the pattern. It's just all around good. So, really glad I finally got this one. I think I'm going to use it a lot. I want to thank all of you for watching. I know this was probably a pretty long video, not very many fights, but still I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.